for the first time.
A little louder.
Louder? Better?
Yeah.
When I was 9, I went back home for the first time. For my sisters and I, it was our first time. For my mother, it had been over 20 years. To see my mother cry because she had finally returned to her homeland, to see and to touch her family, it was jarring. Spending time in Mendefera and Adiguadad, I began physically connecting with the land that I'd felt in my blood for years. To see family so inconceivably far away in a child's mind. And then to leave for fear of disappearance under Isias. For my mother to sell all of her jewelry to book emergency flights. For her and her children to leave the land that she fought for, that her brothers died for, that my father fought for, that his brothers died for. It fundamentally rewired me as I was a person, but I didn't know that yet. Back in the United States, I began taking up social justice roles in my education throughout my high school and college career. And only recently did I truly understand why, as a child, I decided volunteering and working for organizations that uplifted the poor. It was because I understood suffering as a universal language that everybody understands. To see another struggle is pain, and to feel that pain for your country is agony. But this must not paralyze us. Organizations I've begun to work with, like One Day Siom, which fight for those imprisoned and voiceless, like Siom Tesfaye, imprisoned 17 years ago, one of the many journalists imprisoned under the regime. One Day Siom and organizations like it do what I believe are the first steps of this fight: the democratization of knowledge and the fight to spread information on the injustices that continue. However, it can be daunting, the complexity of our struggle, the immediacy of our brothers dying in Libya and Saudi Arabia and Sudan, Eritrea being one of the fastest emptying nations in the world, forced indefinite military service akin to slavery. So many awful things that are systematically built to oppress us and keep us silent. But this must not paralyze us, because there is no neutrality in the face of oppression. And those who are there right now don't have that option. To jump from ships, to cross borders, to walk across deserts, this is the struggle that somebody right now has to fight for freedom. Freedom should not be found. It should be abundant and innumerable, as human rights should be, as democracy should be, and as agency should be, and as our country should be. This movement, Yaakov, was born from the hard work of Eritreans who understand the importance of our struggle and our freedom. It allows us to envision a new future as democratic citizens of Eritrea and the whole world, of agency and of freedom. We must imagine a new world in order to shape it. And to imagine, we must be brave, we must be bold, and we must be loud. Yaakov shapes us all in our fight for a new world, because enough is enough.